of us are gonna do binding anyways. So, but a lot of people did say they can't come. Probably have plans. Hopefully nobody actually canceled important plans because of this. Because it's not that big of a deal, but it's just some small thing that we'd like to share. I know Baldi will also say a few words. Sticky, are you making the video so I can send people afterwards? Okay. In case somebody wants to know like what we said here, I'll just send them a DM with the link. But basically, what I wanted to share is, I mean, you already saw Cat left, so it's only me and Baldi right now. And the problem is we don't really have any other people who are helping us that much. And if it, me and not Baldi, if we're not there, probably there's like no raid, right? So I like to say that if there is people who are like motivated and they want to be doing more for the guild, they have spare time, of course, because if people don't have any time, normal. But if there's people who want to get an officer position, please do say, like you can write us DM or say here, it doesn't matter. But we are searching for officers that can help out with loot, with like EP distribution, with raid leading. I don't know if anybody has any experience with raid leading, but that as well. Just in order so me and Baldi can sometimes take breaks. Because, yeah, we've been doing it for long, yeah. I've been doing it for more than 4 years now. Baldi has also done, I don't know before Baldi if you have raid leaded, but
No, but it's 1.5 years now, so it's a long
yeah,
time.
yeah, you've also done a lot of time now. And it's, I mean, you can also confirm that it can get pretty frustrating sometimes, can get pretty tiring. Having to say the same things, for example, or having to teach new raiders again and over again, and so on. So that's the most important part. Like we're searching for help, any kind. Uh, will it be with recruitment? I know some of you have shown interest in that, like Nosha, Alexandru. Other people also, whenever they can, they just find. If you find a good raiders, invite them. Tell them we're hardcore, we're looking for experienced traders, next experienced traders especially. And in future we're gonna go Kara 40, 100%. We're there, we're gonna clear it, the whole thing. What else? More involvement from cores. So basically that's it. Like core raiders, whenever we can, just help out with these little things, such as whenever new raiders come. So this is one of the most annoying things for me that has been happening a lot lately, is when new raiders come and let's say this guy doesn't consume, right? Like that could happen. There's also core raiders that sometimes don't consume. That's even a bigger problem. But a lot of the time people would just go to me, right, during the raid. And the best thing I think it would do is just to talk to people yourself first before making us do all the work. Just talk to people, just tell them like, dude, do this, do that. Try to help them improve. Keep in mind that some of you here are probably OG vanilla players, but others are not. They're new, and of course they can learn. If they don't want to learn, that's another problem, right? But if they do, just help everybody out, so we can have less work done by me and Baldi, because it's literally right now it's just the two of us. Strike is coming back. I don't know if he will have more time to help out with loot and EP again, but we'll see. For example, next week I can't trade because I'm night shift, and basically Baldi needs to do absolutely everything. EP, loot, leading, and you can imagine that's a lot for one person. And the other one is, yeah, we're still going strong. We've done really, really good lately actually. Next has always been pretty clean, 2-hour raids. We wanna do it even faster. We wanna do BWLs every time clean with good skips. Wanna do AQ40, we need to clean it up a lot. I think it would be great if we can implement small ideas, and we need to be consistent, me and Baldi, of course. Like checking everybody's consume just before we start the raid. And because every time we start the raid, man, I have people whispering me, this guy didn't use this guy didn't use that. And you can imagine, like, I want to just raid lead and raid myself as well. I don't want to whisper people over and over again. So we'll just do checkups before the raid, and somebody doesn't want to consume, we'll just kick them, man. Because, you know, everybody wants a fair game. What are you saying, Nosha? Yeah, I mean, that's it, Nosha. Like, people need to consume. Everybody wants a fair game. Everybody wants fast, clean raids. Nobody wants to keep boosting people. We know we have been doing that for a long fucking time now. But yeah, Nosha was, for example, telling me that he can always help out with builds for Druid, for example, for Shaman, for Priest, and just help out when you see somebody struggle. Don't start helping out, guys. No need to say like this guy's trash, that guy's trash. Not helping anybody doing that. Uh, of course, like I said, if they don't improve, or they don't want to, then that's a problem. Then we clean house, as always. But it would be great if people can really step up and I don't know, try to find small ways to help us lead the guild so we can be more efficient in raids. That's basically it. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Maniac can also start doing a little bit of looting and EP management because we do need breaks. So, Baldi, your turn. That's me. That's just what I wanted to share with you guys. Afterwards, of course, please do give feedback either here or in DMs, however you like. Let me know if there's something that's bothering you too much, and we can find a way to work it out for future. Thanks again.
Yeah, I wrote some things down that I wanted to say. Um, let's see. The first things you already said. It's about Cat. He left us. He was talking shit about the officers in officer chat. Kind of messed up there. And the second thing I wrote down is obviously the new officers. Uh, we need new officers that are interested in the game. Right now, we have a lot of people that aren't even playing. Um, next thing, I wrote down some improvements we could do in the guild. Uh, first of all, doing loot is very frustrating here. Lots of officers complain about whispers, and I think a good thing would be go back to 50% GP for OSPEC. People are hoarding tokens for a third alt set we do not need. Um, also, the thing with we made it clear many times if you say you're not passing, it will be giving away. We should be more strict about it. I keep whispering people at each boss, do you want to pass or not? It makes everything take even longer, and we should be more strict about it. The next thing I want to bring back, and we talked about it, you talked about it earlier, the consume list. I think it's definitely needed. It's not the same as vanilla. some things stack, some new buffs stack. I think it helps out the new people a lot if we bring back the consume list, and it makes it easier for us to enforce people to use consumes because it's written down. Um, yeah, that's basically it about consumes. I think also a feedback or a suggestion channel would help. Make it core only and let people say what they want to say, and then it doesn't need to be done behind each other's back. Um, for the rest, yeah, maybe revamp the Discord roles. Um, I'm really in favor for ticket system for gear check. Give people next or AK-40 roles, because right now what we do is check the gear um, after ES, and that time could be spent on making tank and healing assignments and stuff like that. Um, yeah,
Hello, good
let's
evening.
see. Um, yeah, that's basically it. The last thing I wanted to say is something personal about me, about myself, and the position I have right now. I'm pretty burned out myself, so uh, right now I'm staying as officer, uh, just to make a smooth transition towards the new people. After that, I'll reassess and I'll think about if I'm gonna stay as officer, if I even stay playing the game or not, take a break or be a regular raider. Because yeah, uh, the motivation is pretty low right now to help Steel out with the guild, but because it's only Steel left, then I'll keep doing it until we have new people. So yeah, that's basically what I wrote down and wanted to say. Yeah, what's your question, Essay? The thing is, what happens, what you guys do is post in raid chat at the moment. So I think, for example, if it's a new raider, he comes to Nax and he doesn't have blast lance consumes, there's no shot he can get those. I think the consume list and enforcing it will help out a lot.
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Is there is there
Well, I think it's
someone?
I think it's this person is not consuming, then obviously you warn this person. But during the raid, you know, before pool, it's not much time. Like you could give him a GP penalty, but even GP doesn't really matter in that way. I think explaining them beforehand what they are up to, like when they sign up to next, you see the next consume list. If you don't do it then, okay, then it's insta kick from the raid or it's a big GP penalty, something like that.
Yeah, we do have consume list. It's a pretty, it's such an easy console list to do, actually. Like, they should be way more, but we made it. Just
Yeah,
few
okay,
things.
that's like the basic shit.
Yeah, it's just basic shit, yeah.
It's best to help out people. Uh, exactly, boss for boss. Like, okay, this boss you do this, and this boss you do that. Like, it's
Yeah, I mean, if we do a consume check just before we start the raid, because most of the consume they don't even disappear, right? So let's say BWO. BWO is what, 30-40 minutes? If people consume, like it's gonna hold for the whole raid. It's no need for to recheck that shit. And we can just do that 5 minutes before raid, before we start. while people are buffing. Everybody can do a quick consume check. If there's people who haven't done it, we'll tell them immediately. If they don't want to do it, we'll just kick them before the raid. So there's no need to do that shit during, because we're doing fast raids. We don't have time to explain to people that, like, basic stuff, man. It's basic.
Yeah,
And
it's the basic shit that also bothers us, because every single boss, people, we're not even talking about damage consumes. Simple protection potions are being slacked away by new people. So, and even old people, like, it's very frustrating for us.
and recruitment is gonna be a little bit better now. I mean, I'm asking everybody who is trying to get in at least for logs. So if people wanna get in, people like ask them for logs. We need to see. Nosha was even saying they should. I even write it now in verification channel. They couldn't just also write their talent build. You can show talent build, and Nosha is right. Like, we can see immediately if these people actually know their talents or not. Because from talents you can say, oh, what the fuck, this guy has this talent, like he's a noob. Like, we don't need that guy. And logs also will show a lot. Like, if somebody is top parsing him, obviously the guy knows what he's doing. So the recruitment should be a bit better now than before, when we were just trying to pump numbers because we were getting lower numbers. Now we do have good number of raiders. Next does scale down, so not that bad thing. But I prefer it to be 40-man max. It just feels way more vanilla like. But yeah, I mean, that's it. If somebody wants to say something, I mean, not even now. You can just suggest also later. Yeah, I mean, that's a bad thing, yes, I know. Like, people don't want to learn more. Everybody can do mistakes with new talents. TWoW changes a lot of shit. Some people are vanilla wired, so they're not really comfortable with trying out new shit, even though they are better. So it is hurting them a lot. I myself test all the time. Everybody should. Just look at other people. Go to the ranking system. Look who are top parsers. Ask them in game. Why not? Wherever you can find.
Yeah,
Uh,
we had
class
class
leaders.
leads.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Why not? Class leaders, of course. We can start doing that again. Before we had that, I mean, we did have that, but some of them didn't really do the work, man. Like, that is also pretty annoying for me. I had maybe just they just didn't have time, right? Because it consumes your time, man. People whispering you, people DMing you, and you need to explain. It consumes time. So that's a fair warning to anybody who wants to try helping out. It will consume some of your time. So you need to be motivated about it. Like Baudi said, it's for people that are motivated in the game. Like, if you're just raid logging and you're just doing next, just so you do the raid and get out, like, probably won't be able to do this.
Yeah, and like half a year ago, the current officer teams were very the current officer team was very active, but we have people in the team right now that don't even play the game, and I think it's time to get some new people on board that are fresh and want to play the game, stuff like that. It's probably the most important thing for officer to be active.
Yeah.
And for class leads, that can be people that don't even want to be officers, just good players.
Yeah, I mean, class lead, you don't need to do loot, you don't need to do that stuff. Just whenever a new guy enters the guild, you check him out, you talk him up, ask
Yeah,
him questions.
Exactly, and
feed the
that's
guides.
part of the job. Talk to people, like help them out. Like, do not wait till next before the pool and then say, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" Like, do it before raid. Uh, Check their logs when they're playing, and then try to fix it. Try to help them with rotation, help them with consumes, stuff like that.
Hey, Allahu here.
Hey, Allahu.
Baldi,
Welcome back, bro.
I'm not back, man. Baldi, please explain what you said about a ticket system. I'm not familiar with that.
You see it in many guilds and also in pucks. So basically, everybody gets a role in Discord. For example, let's say new people joined. He's BWL geared. Um, Before they can sign up to AQ40, they need to do a gear check. And without the role, they do not see the channels to sign up, because right now everybody can sign up. Even people are getting put on the bench because they're not core. But I don't think it's enough, because in front of AQ40 and in front of Nex, we are inspecting people's gear, and I think that should be done way in front, so those people also don't make time to come to the raid. For example, if a person signs up, he's not geared enough, he's standing in front of the raid, he wants to join, and then he gets told, no, you're not joining. It should be done earlier, in my opinion.
Okay, thanks. About the new recruits, I don't know if we have any, but I have already talked with Alex. Uh, we can explain things. I mean, if they have, they need something about the new quests, about the itemization, especially for warriors and rogues, and even about the guild, how we raid, what they are expected to do. We can answer questions. Even if I won't log, I can explain. We have the warrior seats with all the details, all the items, the 30 low items, and we can answer questions. That's it from me and Alex for the new recruits.
Yeah, it's also like it's part of the core team to talk with the new people, but it's also the new people's job to ask around. Some people do it, some people don't. Just try to report it to the officers who's interested and who's not. It helps out a lot.
Yeah, usually if people are asking around, that's a good sign, right? Like Gore fight, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah,
This
I
guy
think so
asks
too.
around all the warriors like all the time, and you'll see that eventually he'll get better, man. Probably better than Feini.
Isn't it the same person?
But yeah, right, right. It's a good thing, right? We just wanna make things smoother, man.
Yeah,
Just
and
need help
please,
with that.
if you want to be an officer, let us know. Uh, we definitely need a few new people in there, and there are some people in the officer team that, I mean, they're not playing anymore, so they probably will be demoted to just members.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we
and
we need to talk with
unfortunately,
them.
like, yeah, if you don't want to play the game, then yeah, it is what it is.
He will remove the guild house.
Yeah, we just
Well,
make a special category for them, like a guild twink or something.
diversity officer.
Guild mascot. Right.
And Baldi, the event that we have talked about before Christmas, it's still legit. If you want to create an offline event, you have the instructions.
Yeah, it was one thing I wrote down as well. More guild events, more casual nights like dungeon, 20-man raids. It will help out the atmosphere in the raids and between the guild members.
Yeah, what about dropping a raid? A raid night.
I
Dropping
think
BWL.
I think me and Steel talked about it before, and
Just drop
I
AK40.
I personally would love to drop like MC and BWL, but we always said like as soon as Kara comes out, we are dropping those. But yeah, since Kara is taking forever, we haven't dropped
Yeah.
them yet.
Khatoon loot is too good
But I
to
mean,
drop.
we could also just drop one and not replace it.
I mean, man,
obviously when Kara hits, we need to drop one, but we could drop two when Kara hits, you know?
yeah. It's not only us who does that, by the way. Lots of guilds are just raid logging next or
Yeah,
AQ40
it's
and
just too
next.
much, it'll ask too much of your personal life, right, to be so active. I
Yeah,
can't
but
raid 5
Yeah.
times a week. I think,
so Miss
doing
Mellon, you
it.
say right now BWL still drops biz. Like as soon as Kara comes out, there are better trinkets and stuff like that. And it also leaves the option, like there are so many puck raids or alliance raids, like where you can just join as puck and with you can get your items eventually.
Keep in mind that Kara 40 will probably not be one day, guys. It will be at least 2. Because in one day we will not clear anything. Basically, it will take so much time. So at start, it's probably 2 days. So it might be BWL, AMC, and AQ40 also. We'll see. Khatoon does drop really good items. But it might be even AQ40. So only Nax and Kara 40, basically. And yeah, just pug. What's the problem? I pug all the time. Look at my warrior. It's all pugged. Feed it. What's the problem? Not a biggie.
Yeah, I get you, Essay, what you're saying about the mains and the alts. It's one thing that frustrates me as well, but it's one problem I don't see any guild has fixed yet. People
What
gear
is
up
SA
the
saying?
he's saying
Yeah.
that our BWL rates are mostly alt boosting services, and yeah, you see that in a lot of guilds. If you have any suggestion how to fix it, the problem is, let me say one thing: if you don't allow it, those people are not showing up to raid
yeah, those
anymore.
people just leave, and this also gives us flexibility to have maybe some shamans in Nux that we otherwise wouldn't have with decent gear. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing per se, as long as
Oh
the
yeah,
rate is still clean.
It's bad for the people that are boosting. So the people that are doing the damage and consuming up all the way, for them it's frustrating to see that the gap is that big.
there was a moment there was absolutely like 0 shamans, right? It was Sticky, I think, Grace, Strike, who else? Hydra, maybe Furiox as well, that were bringing their shamans just so we have shamans for next. So outs is good, boosting is not.
So go fight. Our
yeah.
current looting system is that way that alt is the least prio of anything. Like for example, if you're a raider and you go spec for an item, you win over alt that doesn't have 5k EP. So alt is the yeah the lowest ranking
Yeah,
basically.
that's such a
in the
weird rule
looting.
though, because it's incentivizes you to play alts to get gear on them.
No.
They need 5k AP, right?
It basically says you can bring your alt, but you're only picking up leftovers. That's what the rule is for.
Yeah, just the out needs to be at least pre-base and so on. It's written in Discord. I mean, sometimes people just push it, right? They're coming not with geared enchant, they're coming with blues. I remember before there was a hunter with greens allowed in AQ40. So we just need to, I mean, this is the part that we just need help, because it's really hard to track all of this stuff, man. It really is. And we've been doing it for so long.
I'm in favor of the ticket system, Steel. Let's people can put in a ticket in Discord. We check the gear, we check the consumes. If it's not ready, if stuff is not enchanted, we just don't allow them to sign up. Like simple as that.
I like again getting class leader too, because then I can just ask, like let's say Sticky's class leader. There's a new rogue, and I can just ask Sticky, we getting this guy? Yes or no? That's it. Do you know why I removed it? Because they weren't doing that. That's why I removed it. Because they were not doing that.
Yeah, it was basically they were considered officers, and some of them are just not doing anything, and it makes it frustrating because we have a lot. So on paper we look good, but what eventually shows up is very low. Basically, the last months it was me, Cat, and Steel doing the work, while we have I'd say 8 officers or something. Just people that aren't interesting in playing anymore. So I think it's time for some new people that are interested.
What do I think is Alright, I mean, yeah, we're giving cores to people mainly because we find some kind of potential, bro. They might not be 100% ready, but usually that's why. Because when I see the core list go down, I try to give people core that I want to feed items to because I see potential, right? And of course, I can be wrong all the time. But usually that's how people get core, right? They do some time here, they show some motivation, some good DPS, some good logs or heals, and they get the core rank eventually. Yeah, the trial period before it was way longer. I think it was around 2 months. Now it's 1 month.
I mean, the trial is 10k AP. If you have 10k AP and you aren't core yet, then there are things you can approve. Simple as that. Yeah, but 10k AP is probably 3 weeks of hardcore raiding. That's the minimum.
That's why I also reduced some of the EP on the rates. Because it was very easy to get in that number. So I just reduced.
Norsa here. I think you should not have an EP wall for the core rank. You should actually just look at the performance.
Usually what
No.
we like 10k means the guy has been raiding at least 1 month. So that's just a show that the guy has been here at least 1 month. After we look at that, then we look at what the guy is doing. Like, is he decursing? Is he PSing good? Is he healing good? Is he paying attention to assignments and stuff like that? Like, we check for that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, if someone is performing good, maybe you can see on the parses they are like top 10 parser or whatever. You just make them core in a week because that's someone we really need and someone we want. While someone who's performing really bad doesn't buff, doesn't I don't know, doesn't fairy fire, doesn't do the right thing, they should never get core.
Yeah.
Even if they have 20 million EP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are some people that are still in that. They are with us for months, and it takes them way longer to get core.
Yeah,
Just need
in
to
my
show
opinion, I
willingness
think you
to
did.
improve, right?
I think you did a completely right thing with this new warrior streamer guy. He definitely can play. I think it's the right thing to make him core already. And also, I think what you did in Nax Baldi was great too. When you I wrote like off spec no pass, and you said, "All right, I'm gonna give this to him anyway because we need our tank now." I don't see how off spec. Why we should even write no pass. You guys should always loot council the off spec. If someone really wants it, then you should just give it away.
We have that. I wrote it in the loot channel.
Yeah,
It's just that
it's there. That's why we use it.
yeah.
But it's also like I get it that people are wanting to ospec. Like for example, there are a lot of people biz in the guild, and they want to collect their ospec, whether it's for tanking or healing, whatever. And they should have like opportunity over new people, unless we think differently. Like for example, if the guy is playing well, then we can make an exception. Or for example, like we did with Avina, it was only Wrestle Truth who was playing well, and we also did some loot counseling there. So
Guys, she might come back, by the way. Just some good news.
Maybe it will motivate Baldi.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we need her. And then Baldi stays forever.
Yeah.
uh,
No, but
She's
I think you should do. I think you should do more loot counseling. Anyways, it really sucks when. I mean, even if people have been here for a while and they join a raid, it sucks carrying someone who doesn't pull their weight
But
and they take something from someone else or whatever.
isn't that the racist?
Sorry.
Isn't that druid a racist?
no,
Who?
I mean a little bit against Korean, but
Okay, in this shit, I am Korean, man. I am Korean with Greece. I'm halfway. If she says something to me, can I say her fuck off?
yeah, of course. I
Right.
mean, it was just a comment uh, about Cat.
Yeah, but if you see the personality of one person and start doing comments like this, she can arrive to another places, you know? That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, there's a line between racism and a joke, of course. I think.
Yeah, that's called intent, and that clearly shows when people go nuts.
Def wish you scare me, bro.
Why?
You never speak, but when you do, it's always special.
I know, right?
Alright, guys, come on. We can do this sometime also. Let's not say everything in one day. I'll try to do this every Sunday now. I really need to do it, right? Like people been asking me for this over and over again. And let's stop it for tonight. Right after this, I mean, we have some raids to do, right? Some bindings that are not gonna drop. And write us, man, if you can help out with whatever you think it will help us.
Yeah. Can I say one last thing?
Be less burned out. Yeah, sure.
I really think we should add a class council. Then it's
Class
really gonna help
council?
you guys. Like maybe if I were a druid council, for example, I could check people's buffs in the raid. Could
Like-
handle
like
the druid
class leader?
basically. Yeah,
Is it
class
like
leaders.
class leader?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah. That's a great idea. As long as we find motivated people to do that, I'll immediately give class leader. A lot of you guys know what you're doing. You've been in the guild for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
I'm-
mean, some people don't even have to. It doesn't have to be their class. Some people know several classes, so that could work as well.
Yeah, that will make us make it
Yeah,
way easier
I
for
think
us, man.
I think the class leads also have the most knowledge about the consumes for that class, so that's a nice thing people could make. For example, we have a general consume thing now. It clearly doesn't work. There are different consumes for different classes. I think we
Yeah.
should go back to that. At least have it for next up that in next you're fully consumed. no skips on blasted land buffs or whatever. Just prepare yourself. It's gonna be an expensive night if you want to raid next, and let's get the
Oh.
best. Let's get the best times. You know, like try to push for 45, then for 30. I think we really have a core that can do 1.5 hours. If we,
Oh, we do. We do 100%. We do. 100% we do, man. Like that's what's most annoying for me. Cause I see our DPS and I see how we run things, and it's a disappointment that we're not like top fastest right now. I'm pretty sure most of you feel the same, right? Like you know we're way better than this, but we can't get there. But we'll push. And we'll get there, bro. Just rebuild.
yeah, I think so too.
We rebuilt before, we'll do it again. Alright, let's go get... I mean, let's go not get those bindings. And thanks again, everyone, for coming.
I came so hard.
Alright, Lily, where are you, bro? Where's this chicken? How do you inspect something that is Alliance?
Invite him.
You cut it in half as an X and then check the inside.
Just snowball him.
Yikes, bro. No way. No way, no way. Yeah, that ticket thing could help a lot.
Yeah, it will help us. It's very easy, and people they know beforehand if they should show up or not.
I wish they
It's
knew
less
already, bro.
less disappointment for them too. Like I see some people standing in front of Nex or AQ40, and I do feel bad for them then, because they made time and they could have known before that they wouldn't be allowed in.
Yeah, true. True. I know Natare runs that. I mean, it's a bug. They really need to run that. Like, they can't function without it. I'll ask them how it's done. I tried to do it once, but it didn't work.
Yeah, it's one of those like the music bot, you know, one of those
Yeah.
things you gotta add to the